Ko Mavis Mullins Wha, ko rangitāne nā Ātihae Nui a Paparangi te iwi, te kāinga o kaituke, tēnā koutou. I'm a director with my husband Koro in Highway Mullins Shearing, a whānau business. We've been in business for 4 generations through my grandfather, my dad and his brothers, Koro and I, and now our children are the kaitiaki of the shearing business.
Kia ora, ko Koro Piko Tūmatahi Mullins Wha, no Te Arawa Waka, ko Ngāti Piki a tāku iwi. We've really worked this business hard to educate our own children. We wanted them to have the best of everything. And it just so happens, I think it's like a father that's a doctor, well the children become doctors, lawyers, the children become lawyers, and we didn't want this to happen. We thought we'll educate these kids and then they can go and find something else for themselves to do. I don't say it's unfortunate, but I'm pleased that they've followed us because it allows us to step back and then they now can do the hard graft, the hard mahi, and it is a hard job.
My name is Tūmatahi Jared Mullins. My role in our company is do a bit of training on the side just to help out with that, but mostly shearing, team leader, sort of representing the name while out on the job. In our shearing teams, usually we'll have a team leader who will be the overseer of the shearers, and then you'll have a lead wool handler, and then you'll have a head presser, and then a sheepo as well. The numbers in them vary from 9 to sort of 15 depending on the size of the shed, how many sheep the farmer has got.
My name is Adia Mullins and I'm the training manager within Highway Mullins Shearing. I do basically all the inductions. I'm also a roving assessor for Ag ITO, so we can sign up and put people through their qualifications of level 2 and level 3 in the wool harvesting sector. Highway Mullins being the 4th generation of us, it's always been known for training. From my great-grandfather, they were always big on teaching people, especially whānau, bringing them into the industry and teaching them. So basically from that it's just been brought down, and a lot of our training's done in shed, so it's all hands-on. The younger ones that we are pulling in, they're being mentored in the shed by our more experienced workers. So that's where we're trying to pass the values down. I love my role as the training manager to see the end result. Amazing watching someone coming into the shearing industry that's completely green, say a wool presser, and watching them go through the steps of learning how to do the job and then stepping up to the next job, and then at the end they've come out with a qualification.
Koro and I certainly have that governance oversight of the business and its progress or its development. So a lot of that would include hui with, first of all, clients, with processors, people from, for example, Primary Wools and Elders Primary, Cavalier, those carpet manufacturers, training. So we do a lot of work with Ag ITO, TEC, and it's often my role to bring those relevant people to our people here. We handle in the vicinity of 1.3 million sheep per annum, and to do that we need a workforce. So we have a permanent workforce of approximately 30-40 people, but during a 3-month period that can balloon out to up to 130, 140. We see the values that work within our business and ourselves, our own personal lives, as being integral to success. I've often thought of them as that's the secret weapon to being Māori in business, that we have some of these underlying values that make us do things a bit differently. We have 4 we talk about all the time. Whanaungatanga, you come work for us, then you're us. That's all there is to it. The second one thing is manaaki. It's about putting your arm around or wrapping as much support around each other as we can, and whether that's in personal development or work skills or whatever. The third one is mātauranga, and that's helping our people, especially the young ones, to understand learning is everywhere. It's not necessarily in a classroom with a book. It's in a wool shed, it's in a vehicle, it's on the road, it's in a paddock in the bush. And then the last one is rangatiratanga, really. You are responsible. You will determine your your future and do it. Take that and make it work. We work hard to try as much as we can to have those as real concrete things that we expect and deliver in the business.
Working with my parents, it's been really good, like, because I've sort of been brought up with it, sort of don't really know any different, and we work as a pretty good team, I believe. All us kids, we were trained right from a young age, really, things as answering the phones, talking to farmers, your co-workers and stuff. To me, they're just like one of the crew, really. There can be challenges, family working in the business, especially now. My little brother's in the office and he's full of grunt. Sometimes some of us take a little bit hard to get orders off the younger brother, but we roll with it pretty good, really. I believe we do.
If things get too tough, one of us, we just have to walk away, give us an hour or two, and we know we've got to pull our heads in, just all work together again. Yeah, we soon get over it, and yeah, things just carry on as normal.
The perception that shearing is, labour intensive, boring, dirty, filthy work, well, that's all true, but there's also another side to that. To be an accomplished either shearer or wool classer, you now have put yourself into a position of having global skills, and anywhere there's sheep in the world, there will be mahi that's available. And we're leaders in this area. We have people who shear in Bosnia, who shear in Spain, they just do this global circuit. So there's some wonderful opportunities for our people to spread their wings and see the real world.
I first travelled to the UK when I was 19 shearing. Been to the UK 6 times, I've been to Australia 5 years shearing over there. So it's a great job. You can shear anywhere in the world. There's sheep everywhere. It's a great lifestyle. You can make plenty of money, and if you do good, you can do really well out of it.
In this industry, there's $10 million a day handled in the wool industry. That's just wool. And when you say to some little person in the shearing shed, hey, this is a $1 billion industry, they get the bigger picture. We take them to wool stores, we take them, just show them the chain. The farmer grows, it takes them 12 months. We come in, we take the wool off, we cut the wool off, shear the wool off, the wool handler handles it. Then it goes to another process where it's washed and scoured, then to a spinning mill, and then you'll see it in all these flash hotels around the world. And if you tell them you picked up that wool a few years ago, there it is there.
The legacy would be that families are important. We can do more together than apart. We can make a big difference, not just to ourselves, but to others as well. Those are the kind of things that I remember from my dad and my grandfather. It's about pushing the people up and through.